Building a DIY rocket is harder than I thought, and it almost costed me my fingers and eyes. Anyway, I always been a huge fan of Kerbal Space Program, which is basically this very realistic space simulator. So I ended up wanting to build something myself, a rocket. Ideally that can go at least 200 kilometers, if you know what I mean. Of course, for genocide of my Slavic brothers, I need a lot of trust, and there are many types of engines that can provide me this trust. Liquid engines, ion thrusters, monopropellants, But realistically, I can only go with solid rocket fuel booster. SRBs are basically made from 3 parts: body, forward closure, and nozzle. For body, most people would probably use fiberglass or carbon fiber. Some people would also use water pipes, but I like having water at my property and I don't even know where they anyway, so... Well, after I invited myself into the local abandoned factory, I mainly look for the PVC pipes and metal pipes. Okay, this is my loot. I'm pretty happy with the result. The pipes are a bit rusty and maybe full of asbest, I don't know, I hope they are not. By the way, I know it might piss off some Urbex fans, but I don't really care. For the forward closure, that's the part in front, I'm gonna use spunti from the wine bottles. And for the fins, I'm gonna use cardboard from the boxes with chemicals that I ordered. And that brings me to... Like I mentioned before, my rocket's gonna use solid fuel. And there are many formulas on the internet. Firstly, they are expensive and much harder to make. Secondly, I would prefer not to be rated by ATF, so I will just stick with the most basic one, sugar one. But basically every rocket fuel must compose at least from 2 parts, fuel and oxidizer. As fuel I will go with the basic table sugar, and for oxidizer I will use potassium nitrate. We will also need some kind of a heater, preferably without open flame, and trust me on this one, you don't want to use your mom's kitchen stove. So after making our first batch of fuel, I made these dumb rockets without any fins. To be honest, kinda expecting them to fail. Okay, after this success, it's time to make more rockets, this time with proper fins. Of course, the leftovers from casting I won't just throw away, so I put them in a pipe and made wannabe white phosphorus. But then something weird happened. The rockets were just burning on the ground, and this was probably caused by caramelization. Because we thought that the fuel should be much more liquid-like, We usually overheated the mixture and this created these bubbles. So from now on I will start pour the mixture immediately after it's melted. I also struggled with spontaneous ignition. Sometimes the fuel would just decide to ignite itself, even if I cook it on 100, which is way below the self-ignition temperature. Also from my experience, the smaller the batch is, the more likely it is to ignite. Here I tried 25 grams and that self-ignited almost every time. So from now every batch will be at least over 100 grams. Nevertheless, we had problems with stabilization. Some rockets would just decide to hit the ground, and that was probably caused by bad nozzle angle. So now, after many failures, it's finally time to go higher.
Hodně dobrá. Nevím. Dobrá. Hodně dobrá. Křivená.
Okay, that's some improvement. But I would like to make something more reusable. So I cut around 28 centimeters from this pipe and welded a nut to the end, and to the other end I made a reopenable forward closure. I also tried welding these fins to it, but they are too thin and I will go right through them, so I will stick with the duct tape and cardboard.
Ty pičo! Aha, kámo, tak to... Tak to je
Let's be honest, it was pretty damn stupid from us to stand this close to it. But nobody was hurt, it only made this dent into the asphalt. So that's kinda success, I guess. Anyway, my anti-Slovakia backyard project will continue, you don't have to worry. But maybe another way. So thank you for watching.